Is what it do? How the hell are all of you? George truly, Petra. I fuck back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Grab a smoke, grab your drink, and lock with your boy, because we back with another one. You already know what it is. Hope y'all staying blazed. Hope y'all staying blessed. Hope y'all staying safe. Y'all, if you like the show, like, follow, subscribe, comment. You already know what it is. I'll hit you right back. Or I'll like and comment. If y'all comment, I'll hit you back. You already know what it is. As you've seen, we already pulled that up. Let's get there. So we got the Washington Times, man. Transgenderism. It's time to state the obvious. Washington Times. Now, this person right here, this is a dude. Yeah, I copped that screenshot. This is a dude. And I say it like that because you can't wait 40, 50 years to change your gender and then want everyone to jump on board with that shit. It don't rock that way. Let's keep it 100. Now, I say it like that because that's like a Family Guy episode or a Simpsons episode or something you'd see on like South Park. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to this person themselves, but I think it's oddly weird that you become a woman in your late 50s. That's really weird to me. And if it's not weird to you, that's kind of questioning, you know what I mean? I spelled that wrong. So we go like this. Point is, I'm not saying that the person is wrong for what they want to be or who they want to be or how they want to get there. But I don't think that this person should have the platform that they have to push the bullshit they're trying to push. And some people may not like that. But I don't really give a fuck. And I don't believe that Dr. Rachel Levine is doing anything to actually help the LGBT community do anything except make it look more and more suspect and weird to outsiders looking in. If you want outsiders to be down with your cause, then you may want whoever's pushing the cause to not be a 50-year-old person that decides to want to change their fucking gender. Just to that's weird. That's like MMA fighters, guys that are 30 years old weren't cutting it in the fucking men's division, so they all of a sudden want to be women, and then they get in the women's division and do nothing but throttle these women. Yeah, come on. Well, quit playing the games. Now, the article says Dr. Rachel Levine was appointed by President Joe Biden in October as a 4-star admiral, the highest-ranking official in the U.S. Public Health Service Commissioned Corps. Dr. Levine also serves as the HHS Assistant Secretary for Health. Levine's background is in she was a pediatrician. In a rich bit of irony, not only is Levine the first transgender person to serve in the uniformed health service as a 4-star senior officer, but also as the first woman to serve in that capacity. And that's right there. That's a problem right there. How can you compare this person to a real biological woman when they're really not a real biological woman? That's as insulting as when Caitlyn Jenner got Woman of the Year after they became a woman 3 months previous. Like, come on now. And this is the most fucked up part. If women want to speak out against this, or they think it's fucked up, somehow they're the person in the wrong. They're the bad guy. They're the bigot. They're this, they're that. Even when the person that's getting the title isn't what the title's supposed to be. How can you be Woman of the Year if you weren't born a woman? How can you be Woman of the Year if you've only been a woman for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months? Come on now. Like, it's like a fucking game to them. And when I say them, I mean to the left. I mean to the progressive left. I mean to asshole weird fucks that push these extreme ideas that really do nothing but harm communities instead of help communities. But we won't get into that. Now, until age 53, Rachel Levine lived as a man. Richard Levine was born with all male parts and with male chromosomes. In 2011, however, he decided he was a she. A divorce followed, but so did Levine's public fortunes. Levine served in public health positions in Pennsylvania for several years to mixed reviews. One gay advocacy publication describes Dr. Levine this way. Dr. Rachel Levine is very much regarded in the fields of pediatrics, psychiatry, and social well-being. They neglect to mention that Dr. Levine has advocated for the following persons who are below the age of sexual consent to get hormone blockers and genital mutilation, causing irreversible damage. Again, we want this person at the helm of what and why. Now, I'm always keeping a buck. I'm always going to be who I am. And if that makes people mad, that makes people upset, I could give a fuck less. But I'll be honest, 100% honest. This person would not be looking at my kids. No way, no how. I wouldn't want any doctor that's okay with genital mutilation looking at any of my kids or any of the people I know's kids. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep it a buck. In other words, the 4-star admiral and HHS Assistant Secretary of Health believes that your 13-year-old is too young to consent to sexual intercourse, but is old enough and mature enough to make life-altering decisions on taking hormone inhibitors to prevent normal puberty and to get surgery removing or altering his or her genitalia without parental consent. That right there is something that I think a lot of people need to talk about, and it needs to get brought up. How is it okay to cut out parental consent? And this goes to the vaccine. This goes to anything. How the fuck can you try to cut out the parents? How can you try to tell a parent that what you think is better and it means more than what you think or want? You know what I mean? How can a school be okay with telling a student, we're going to call, if the boy's name is Jimmy, they want to be called Tammy. How can the school be like, we're going to call you Tammy. We're going to let you dress in dresses. We're going to let you wear skirts. We're going to let you use the girls' bathroom. But you don't have to shave your beard. You don't have to shave your arms or your legs. Dick can be hanging and swinging, but you're okay to go do all that because it's okay, Tammy, because we side with you, Tammy. But you're not going to go tell mom, dad, none of that. How is it okay for people to say that they will happily give children the vaccine without telling the parents? It's fucked up. It's not okay. How is it okay that we have doctors, bullshit 4-star admirals, that they're not a real 4-star admiral. It's bullshit. That Biden did his pandering and virtue signaling is all that was. How can you have someone at the helm they're at be okay with 13-year-olds not being able to have sex, but they're okay having their penis and vagina sewed up or chopped off? Let's keep it a buck 100. How is any of that okay? And how are you supposed to teach that to younger generations? Make that shit make sense. It's only in the Western world do these conversations actually get to the lengths they get to. You think Putin in Russia? You think Iraq and Iran? You think China is playing any of these games? Fuck no, they not. These conversations are still the conversations they have in the kitchens in the babushka's house. Or in the basement in grandma's house as they're smoking a joint. But only in America do we actually have 4-star admirals preaching that 13-year-olds can go chop off their wee-wee and sew up their vajayjay because genital mutilation is okay. So then the article goes, perhaps Levine's own mental health has impacted the opinion on children. During the Admiral's Senate hearings, the LGBTQ media described the legitimate questions from Senator Rand Paul, himself a doctor, about MD, about gender identity as rude and invasive questioning. So, let me get this right. Levine is going to go in front of Congress, going to go in front of the Senate, whatever, and then going to say, well, your questions are invasive. What you're doing as a job is fucking invasive. What you believe is invasive. Fuck are you talking about? Now, it goes, let me better an example of rude and invasive. Let me offer a better example of rude and invasive. Richard Simonetti is a German blogger and social media personality who has claimed that he was appointed as special envoy of LGBTQ issues for the European Union Parliament. The self-billed LGBTQ ambassador has a funny way of carrying out his alleged diplomatic duties. If he wishes to serve as an ambassador to Europe and to the world on behalf of the LGBT community, he should first study the definition of the term ambassador. It reads a person who uses diplomacy to act as a representative or promoter of specified activity. Simonetti, however, to exercise a more aggressive approach, in December 2021 issued a German LGBTQ magazine. I'm not going to butcher that name. Simonetti appears in a variety of nativity photos dressed as the Virgin Mary. In one picture, a bearded Simonetti posing as a Virgin Mary and holding a baby, we can only assume is intended to represent the Christ child. So they got somebody that wants to be an ambassador for the LGBT community, going to be posing as the Virgin Mary holding baby Christ. How is that not disrespectful to every religion that believes in Jesus Christ and God and the Virgin Mary? And I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. That is disrespectful as fuck. A bearded Virgin Mary. You know how fucked you are to think that that's going to be okay? Inclusive? Fuck off. In what world is that okay? You would not be able to pull that shit off in Iran. Go ahead, try to dress up as Allah's wife or Muhammad's wife with a fucking beard and see how far you go with that. That is fucking rude and I'm sorry, that's rude and just nasty. Invasive. Fuck you, dude. Now, the nativity scene offers a homosexual version of the Holy Family. As added, bonus, Joseph's robe is pink. Simonetti's head is covering blue and his robe is white. Pink, blue, and white are the colors of the transgender flag. See, people like this that want to be an ambassador, that want to make everybody love the LGBT community, right? Oh, all inclusive, all this. You literally just called on an entire religion because you did one of the scenes that Christianity holds so sacred is what happened in the with baby Jesus and Mary and Joseph, all that stuff, right? That's something we hold valuable. So to go and make fun of it or to try to make your own version of it, which in my eyes is making fun of it. Because I'll be honest, I do not believe that these people, Simon and whoever else decided to do these photos, I don't believe they went in with the best intentions. I believe they went in. And I say it like that because even right here, Simonetti and the gay magazine are clearly mocking Jesus, the Virgin Mary, the Holy Family. Christians everywhere during the Christmas season. Where are the cries of rude and insensitive from the LGBT community? Crickets. Because it's... let's keep going because this article is getting kind of interesting. Instead of those cries will be saved for columns like one you are reading now. Raising the issue of mental health in transgender individuals is inevitably met with screams of insensitivity and transphobia. It is neither. Let's look at some facts. The recent study from Denmark looked at 359 transgender patients, and 75% of them, cross-gender identification was interpreted as a byproduct of other psychiatric illnesses, notably personality, mood, dissociative, and psychotic disorders. Major mood disorders, dissociative disorders, and psychotic disorders were reported in 97% of transgenders. Likewise, in Sweden, a separate study found that persons with transsexualism after sex reassignment have considerably higher risks of mortality, suicidal behavior. In fact, 30% of transgenders commit suicide. Suicide.org says 90% of all suicides are a direct result of untreated mental illness. A 2013 U.S.-based study showed that 90% of transgenders have mental disorders consisting of depression and anxiety known to cause suicide. The WHO states that transgender people often experience disproportionately high levels of mental health conditions. So right here, after read all that, and you guys can read further if you want, I'll keep it on the screen. If you want to go, so Simonetti and other people that are going to go make fun of Christianity and what Christianity believes, and then if any Christian or anybody else says somehow it's fucked up or this, that, the other, they're going to be called transphobic, rude, insensitive, all these things, not inclusive, this, that, the other, right? Well, the Bible is not all that inclusive, no matter how you flip it. The Torah's not going to be inclusive, the Quran's not going to be inclusive, and because those religions do not believe in what the LGBT community wants them to believe in. It just does not believe that thing. It does not believe that. No matter how much you want it to believe that, it's not going to. So you can call them rude, this, that. You can call them every name in the book, but it's still not going to change what the book says. So when you have people go out on a limb and make extremely insensitive photos, this, that, the other, because they think it's funny, because they think it's funny to mock it or make Jesus gay or the whole family gay or transgender, you wonder why you end up getting more people that are mad and angry than people that are okay with what you're doing. Because you're not, these people, Simon, Eddie, Rachel Levine, and others, they don't want the world to be inclusive. They want their specific section of the world to be inclusive. The rest of the world can either get on board or they can get fucked. And that's pretty much the easiest way to say that. Now, when we go over those studies, Denmark, Sweden, the United States, and it comes down to, a lot of it comes to mental problems, mental disorders, mental illnesses. That's why I always say you should go see a doctor. You should go talk to a psychiatrist. And not a psychiatrist or a doctor that's going to tell you what you want to hear, but a doctor and a psychiatrist that tell you what you need to hear. But where we're going with 72 genders, fucking non-binary, binary, all these other things, it's clearly showing that people are playing more into a mental illness than into reality. And that's why I think a lot of people, including myself, are against so much of what the LGBT community stands for. I don't mind the people. Do what you're going to do. Live your lives and be fucking happy. But stop trying to shove it down my throat. Stop trying to shove it down my children's throat. And stop trying to shove it into the school system. Because like I've said before, depression, anxiety, all that stuff, that's been something that has been brewing in my generation since the day they started prescribing us fucking benzos and Adderall. You wonder why millennials, Gen Z, and Gen X have so many drug problems, because the schools had no problem telling them, well, you're depressed, maybe you should take some medicine. You have a ADHD, you should take some Adderall. You have ADD, you should take some Ritalin. Oh, you don't like authority, you should take this for anger problems. I've heard it all and I've seen it all. At least when it comes to the schools that I've went to. And I've heard horror stories come from other schools. But when we have adults that can't tell you this is how it's supposed to be, this is what it is, and this is why it is what it is, whether you like it or not, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. To literally play into someone saying, I'm a pansexual on Monday, I'm transgender on Tuesday, I'm non-binary Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, I'm kind of a little bit of everything. Sometimes I feel like a cat. And then on, Saturday, I kind of just am like an orb of a person. And then, then on Sunday, I try to go to church with my parents. But, God just doesn't, align with what I feel. And when I go to church, I just, I have to make it all about me and what I'm doing. And I have to somehow make God, fit my diagram. I don't have to fit that. That's what the fuck it sounds like. And no, that's not okay. And when you want to give 13-year-olds puberty blockers and you want to have them be able to get rid of their genitalia, this, that, the other, you are a sick fucking individual. And you do not need to be around children. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't be anywhere near fucking children. And all the people that Dr. Levine helped, or we'll do bunny ears helped, quotations helped, seen whatever, I feel bad for those kids. How many of those kids were led on a path that they did not need to go down because of that doctor and that doctor's beliefs? That should all be raised into question. And to give them a fucking 4-star admiral bullshit, fuck you, you didn't earn it, you're a piece of shit. But I definitely thought that this article was it went really in depth, Here's another part. Dr. Paul McHugh, a former psychiatrist in chief for Johns Hopkins Hospital and current distinguished service professor of psychiatry, says that transgenderism is a mental disorder that merits treatment. He also says that people who promote sexual reassignment surgery are collaborating with and promoting a mental disorder rather than treating it. Dr. McHugh is no casual observer. He is an author of at least 125 peer-reviewed medical articles and 6 books. So when they say, oh no, well this study and this doctor said this, well guess what? A doctor said that it's a fucking mental disorder and I can rock with that, and so will hundreds and thousands of others. Because at the end of the day, it is a mental disorder. And when, like I said, when you're pushing it, you're collaborating with it, you're promoting it. And you're trying to make it sound like it's okay. It's okay not to get help, but it's okay to get help in this way because it's, and this is what will help you. That's why the suicide rates are so fucking high, because the help that is being prescribed and the help that is being divvied out doesn't seem to be very much help, does it? So all we really can do is hope and pray for the fucking best for so many people that are dealing with mental disorders when no one wants to call it what it is. And we're at 2021. If you have a mental disorder, I'm pretty sure no one gives a fuck at this point. This is in the 1950s where they tried to lock you away in a mental asylum. They can help you. People are okay. People know that people go to psychiatrists. People know that people go to therapy. You got some of the biggest, baddest motherfuckers in the world. Girls, guys, everybody. Go into a therapist office and crying their eyes out about whatever's bugging them. It's okay nowadays. And that's something that people just need to understand. But to try to push what they're pushing, that's not okay, and I can't stand by that. And I don't know any parent that really can. Would you be okay as a parent if a teacher or a doctor was suggesting that your child has a sexual reassignment surgery before you even understood that they wanted to have their name changed? You already know what it is. Stay blessed, stay safe. And don't let these schools or these doctors or these people that think they have more power than you try to have that power. You already know what it is. Peace.